Labour surges in the polls. Jeremy Corbyn, 6 points up. Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is the Progressive Soapbox. And no, you are not seeing things. This is not deja vu. This is not Groundhog's Day. I screwed up on my math on the last video. And it was thrown throughout the video, so it wasn't something I could just fix later. So let's do this again, and let's do it correctly. My name is Jamarl Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. I'm your host. If you guys enjoy the content that I am dishing out and you find yourself coming back to this channel often, please consider supporting this channel through PayPal or Patreon, not to mention to like and to share. They always demonetize these videos. And at this point, independent media is being shafted. And so YouTube is somewhat of an untrustworthy actor in this case. So even $1 helps. That's not so much a push in as much as somewhat of an ask if you find yourself coming back here often. So let's do the news. Oh, by the way, patron appreciation episodes. So each Sunday, my wife and I have a patron appreciation episode. She joins me sometimes, and people like it when she joins. But we do that for the contributors, for people who contribute to the show, and we allow them to ask questions of the show and that type of stuff. It's a lot more engagement in that particular episode. So join us. That's usually around 2 o'clock. We try to hit it at 1 or 2 o'clock. Sometimes it's a little bit later depending on the schedule, but usually it's around 2 p.m. on Sundays. So let's get into the news. I had an amazing conversation with a guy one time back and forth at my last job. And this was before the election in 2016. And he says Sanders would never win the primary. First point. Sanders would never be president. Second point. And he goes further into Britain and saying Jeremy Corbyn would never be leader of the opposition. Got that wrong, magnificently so. And Jeremy Corbyn would never be prime minister. Now, this guy also believed that Hillary Clinton was going to blow Donald Trump out by 300 electoral votes. He got that extraordinarily wrong. He was supposed to walk around with a Bernie Sanders shirt and blew that off also. So that gives you this idea on the caliber of individual this person is. But nevertheless, wrong on across the board. Sanders has an extraordinarily good chance of winning this primary. Jeremy Corbyn is a leader of the opposition. Hillary Clinton lost in a blowout to Donald Trump. And if the election was held today, Jeremy Corbyn would be prime minister. In the latest Serration poll, Jeremy Corbyn is up by 6 points on the Conservative Party. That's up 3 from where he was prior. And it's not just the Serration poll. It's multiple polls that is showing Labour in the lead. Labour is also, let's highlight it. Labour is also ahead in the latest polls from ComRes by 3 points, Opium by 2 points, recent YouGov poll. Now, the YouGov poll is an outlier. YouGov poll is showing the Conservative Party is in the lead, but the other polls are showing Labour in the lead. Also, this article, Canary, makes the point that Serration hit it on the head. Meaning the last election result in the UK, Serration nailed it. And Serration is the poll that is showing Labour up by 6. In the last video, I kept saying 7. Labour's up by 6. Labour's up by 6. Labour 29%, Conservative Party 23%. Now, for the American audience, understand, they don't vote for their prime minister the same way we vote for a president. They vote for members of parliament. And depending on the majority, if they have a ruling majority, then they can form a government in parliament. So it's an indirect appointment of a prime minister as opposed to the direct appointment of the prime minister. However, what this is saying, however, is if the election were held today, Labour would blow them out. And not just blow them out. Labour would end up with a mandate. But look at why, though. The Brexit Party. The Brexit Party is eating Conservative Party's lunch. One of the things that came out when the polling and stuff like that was talking, they were asking people certain questions on what do you want? And they're talking to conservatives. Conservative Party was willing to leave the European Union even if that meant carving off that Scotland left, and even if that meant Ireland leaving. They were willing to leave the European Union even if that meant the dissolution of the UK, the United Kingdom. That gets you how bad and how much they want to get out of the European Union. The Conservative Party, the Brexit Party, with Nigel Farage, has one item on their agenda: get out of the European Union. That's their key point. That's their only point. That's on their platform, as far as I know. Get out of the European Union. When you ask some other stuff, they say, look, we're just trying to get out of the European Union. And that was able to garner 20%. That single issue, 20%. The party is literally named after a single issue. 20%. Those were conservative voters. They were eating the Conservative Party's lunch. There was even talk of deals being made between Nigel Farage and Conservative Party in some cases. It's unclear on whether or not that's true. But you can get this notion of the Conservative Party is losing out to some degree because of, well, put it this way. A party that is willing to dissolve the United Kingdom ends up with a Remainer as the prime minister after Brexit. And that Remainer puts out a program that is massively disliked, even by her own party. So you can understand why the Conservative Party is losing their seats to the Brexit Party. The Brexit Party is clear in their intent on leaving the European Union, and the other parties less so on when. The Brexit Party, however, is resolute in leaving, regardless of the consequences. So I'm trying to make this distinction of that's why they're able to eat the Conservative Party's lunch on this, even though the Conservative Party is continuously saying we're going to leave the European Union. Now, Jeremy Corbyn has waffled on this. He's a fence sitter. In his heart of hearts, he's a Brexiteer. He's going from the Tony Benn school of thought. However, from political reasons, he seemed to be in this situation of a Remainer. Even though he's saying he's going to leave. It's a weird thing that he's playing. Ultimately, he doesn't want a Tory Brexit because he realizes a Tory Brexit may be for the worse. He wants his own opportunity to do Brexit. And he may get this opportunity because regardless of who takes lead, be it Jeremy Corbyn, be it Hunt, or be it Johnson, be it Boris, they have the same parliament that Theresa May had. And that parliament is massively indecisive, meaning they most likely will need to have an election in order to sort out any notion of Brexit. If that election was held today, Jeremy Corbyn would be your new prime minister. I'll leave it here. Thanks all.